Imagine a world where the laws of nature don't always apply, where shadows move without cause, and voices echo from beyond the grave. The paranormal, an enigma that's fascinated and terrified humanity for centuries, remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of all time. Despite the advancements in science and technology, there are still questions that defy explanation. What lies beyond our understanding? Are we truly alone, or is something otherworldly lurking just out of sight? In this exploration, we'll delve into some of the most perplexing paranormal phenomena that continue to puzzle investigators, skeptics, and believers alike. Throughout human history, the paranormal has been a source of fascination, fear, and wonder. From eerie hauntings in ancient castles to sightings of strange creatures in the wild, the unexplained has always held a place in our collective psyche. The paranormal refers to events, experiences, or phenomena that cannot be explained by the known laws of science and nature. This could range from ghosts and spirits to cryptids, UFOs, and other mysterious occurrences that defy logical explanation. While scientific advancements have unlocked many of the secrets of the natural world, the paranormal remains a dark abyss that continues to evade our understanding. One of the most compelling aspects of the paranormal is the sheer variety of phenomena that people experience. These include apparitions, ghostly encounters, alien encounters, mysterious creatures, and more. Despite the differences in these phenomena, they all share one common trait: the inability to be fully explained. Why do people hear voices from nowhere? How can objects move without being touched? What exactly are UFOs, and where do they come from? These questions remain unanswered, fueling intrigue and skepticism alike. Ghosts and spirits, hauntings that defy logic. One of the most enduring paranormal mysteries is the existence of ghosts. Reports of haunted houses, ghostly apparitions, and eerie sounds date back thousands of years. But what are ghosts? Are they the souls of the departed who haven't found peace? Are they remnants of energy that linger long after death? These questions have led to countless theories, ranging from the metaphysical to the scientific, yet no one has been able to provide a definitive answer. The phenomenon of hauntings typically involves unexplained sounds, cold spots, sudden shifts in atmosphere, and the occasional sighting of figures or shadows. For centuries, various cultures around the world have shared similar ghost stories, despite their geographical and cultural differences. This global consistency raises an intriguing question. Could there be a common thread connecting all these experiences? One of the most famous ghost stories is that of the Tower of London, one of the most haunted sites in England. The tower has a long and bloody history, and many of its visitors have reported seeing figures dressed in period clothing wandering its halls. Some claim to have seen the ghost of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, who was executed at the tower. Others have described hearing the sounds of footsteps or the chilling cries of prisoners long past. While these stories have been passed down through generations, no one has been able to capture definitive evidence of the supernatural. Parapsychologists have attempted to study ghosts by using various tools, such as electromagnetic field detectors and infrared cameras. However, the results have been inconsistent, and often skeptics argue that the phenomena can be attributed to natural causes like electromagnetic interference or psychological factors like the power of suggestion. Despite these challenges, the idea that the dead may still walk among us continues to be a deeply embedded part of human culture. Cryptids, creatures of myth and mystery. Another major area of the paranormal is cryptozoology, the study of creatures that are rumored to exist but lack scientific proof. Cryptids are animals that are often described in folklore and legend but have not been conclusively proven to exist by mainstream science. Some of the most famous cryptids include Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Chupacabra. These creatures are often depicted as elusive, mysterious beings that live in remote areas, evading detection by researchers and authorities. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is perhaps the most famous cryptid in North America. Descriptions of Bigfoot date back to Native American legends, with the creature often described as a giant hairy humanoid that roams the forests of the Pacific Northwest. Despite numerous reports of sightings, as well as blurry photographs and video footage, no physical evidence of Bigfoot's existence has ever been found. Some skeptics argue that the sightings are the result of hoaxes, misidentified animals, with a human tendency to believe in the extraordinary. Others, however, remain convinced that Bigfoot is out there, hiding in the wilderness. Similarly, the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, has been a subject of intrigue for decades. The Loch Ness Monster is said to inhabit the deep waters of Loch Ness in Scotland, with reports of a large serpentine creature swimming beneath the surface. The first alleged sighting of Nessie occurred in the 6th century, but it wasn't until the 1930s that the creature became a global sensation after a famous photograph known as the surgeon's photograph emerged, showing what appeared to be a long-necked creature. Despite numerous investigations and expeditions to find Nessie, no conclusive evidence has ever been discovered, leading many to believe the creature is a myth or a case of mistaken identity. The chupacabra, a cryptid from Latin American folklore, is another creature that has sparked both fear and fascination. Descriptions of the chupacabra vary, but it is often said to be a reptilian creature with spines along its back that preys on livestock, particularly goats, draining them of blood. Sightings of the chupacabra began in the 1990s in Puerto Rico, but reports have since surfaced in other parts of the Americas. While some researchers believe the creature could be a misidentified animal, such as a coyote with mange, others insist that the chupacabra remains an unsolved mystery. UFOs, visitors from another world? The mystery of UFOs, unidentified flying objects, has captivated the human imagination for decades. Since the 1940s, there have been countless reports of strange flying objects in the sky, often accompanied by claims of encounters with extraterrestrial beings. The possibility of life beyond Earth raises profound questions about the nature of our existence and our place in the universe. The most famous UFO incident is the Roswell incident of 1947, when an alleged UFO crashed near Roswell, New Mexico. While the U.S. government initially reported that a flying disc can be recovered, it later changed the story, claiming the object was a weather balloon. This shift in narrative led to widespread speculation about a cover-up and sparked the modern UFO craze. Over the years, thousands of UFO sightings have been reported around the world, with some individuals claiming to have had direct encounters with aliens. But despite the abundance of anecdotal evidence, no definitive proof of extraterrestrial life has been found. In recent years, however, the U.S. government has declassified several reports about UFO sightings by military personnel. In 2020, the Pentagon confirmed the existence of a program called the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena UAP Task Force, dedicated to investigating mysterious objects in the sky. This acknowledgement has reignited interest in UFOs, with some believing that the truth about extraterrestrial life is closer than ever. The question remains, are UFOs simply misidentified natural phenomena, advanced military aircraft, or something far more extraordinary? The debate rages on, but one thing is certain: the mystery of UFOs continues to captivate and bewilder humanity. As we continue our journey into the world of the paranormal, it becomes increasingly clear that the search for answers is as elusive as the phenomena themselves. Whether it's ghosts, cryptids, or UFOs, the paranormal remains an ongoing mystery that has fascinated people for generations. While many investigations have been conducted and various theories proposed, the answers we seek often remain frustratingly out of reach. Yet, the quest to understand the unknown is what drives both believers and skeptics alike to continue searching, probing, and questioning. The search for ghosts, scientific investigations, and skeptical views. The quest to understand ghosts and hauntings is one of the oldest and most enduring aspects of paranormal investigation. Historically, ghosts have been viewed as the spirits of the dead who remain on Earth for various reasons: unfinished business, vengeance, or an inability to move on to the afterlife. However, as science has progressed, there has been a shift toward investigating these phenomena through a more empirical lens. Ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, and even scientists have attempted to find concrete evidence of the supernatural, though the results have been largely inconclusive. One of the key methods used in paranormal investigations is the use of technology. Instruments like electromagnetic field, EMF meters, infrared cameras, and audio recorders are commonly used to capture evidence of paranormal activity. EMF meters, for example, are used to detect unusual fluctuations in electromagnetic fields, which some investigators believe may be linked to ghostly presences. Similarly, infrared cameras can pick up temperature anomalies that may suggest the presence of an unseen entity. While these tools often detect unusual readings, the interpretation of the data is highly subjective, and many skeptics argue that they could be influenced by natural sources, such as faulty wiring or changes in the environment. One of the most famous examples of scientific investigations into hauntings is the Enfield poltergeist case, which took place in the late 1970s in England. The case involved a family experiencing a series of disturbing paranormal events, including furniture moving on its own, objects being thrown across the room, and the voice of an alleged spirit speaking through one of the children. Paranormal investigators, including noted figures such as Ed and Lorraine Warren, were called to the scene, and the case was widely publicized. Despite the attention it received, no definitive evidence was found to prove the existence of a supernatural force, leading many to question the validity of the claims. Similarly, the Amityville horror case, which became the basis for numerous books and movies, involved a family who claimed to experience a series of terrifying paranormal events after moving into a house where a gruesome mass murder had previously occurred. Investigators examined the house and documented the family's experiences, but again, the evidence presented was inconclusive. Some experts believe the events were the result of psychological stress or suggestion, while others remain convinced that the house was haunted. Despite these high-profile cases, skepticism remains rampant in the world of ghost investigations. Many scientists argue that the experiences described by witnesses can be attributed to psychological phenomena such as sleep paralysis, hallucinations, or the power of suggestion. According to skeptics, our brains are wired to perceive patterns and assign meaning to random events, which could explain why people often report paranormal experiences. The human mind, they argue, is capable of creating vivid illusions that appear real, but have no basis in reality. Cryptids and the search for unknown creatures. While ghosts may be the most well-known aspect of the paranormal, cryptids, mysterious creatures that are rumored to exist but lack scientific proof, have also captured the public's imagination. Cryptozoologists who study creatures like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Chupacabra have long sought evidence that these creatures exist in the wild. Yet, despite years of research and investigation, no physical proof of their existence has been discovered. One of the biggest challenges in the search for cryptids is the sheer vastness and inaccessibility of the areas where these creatures are believed to live. Bigfoot, for example, is said to inhabit the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, a region that spans thousands of square miles. Despite numerous reported sightings and even blurry photographs, no conclusive evidence of Bigfoot has ever been found. The creature is described as an elusive nocturnal being that is highly adept at avoiding detection. Some researchers believe that Bigfoot may be a reclusive species of primate, while others argue that it could be an undiscovered ape or hominid species that has evaded mainstream scientific discovery. The Loch Ness Monster, too, continues to intrigue both believers and skeptics. Over the years, numerous sonar scans and underwater investigations have been conducted in Loch Ness, but none have provided definitive proof of Nessie's existence. Some researchers believe that the creature could be a type of prehistoric reptile, or even a misidentified sturgeon or other large fish. Others argue that the phenomenon is simply a product of folklore and myth. The ongoing mystery of Nessie, however, continues to fuel both amateur and professional investigations into the depths of Loch Ness. Despite the lack of tangible evidence, sightings of cryptids continue to be reported around the world. Some researchers point to the persistence of these sightings as evidence that something unexplained may be lurking in remote regions. Others, however, argue that the lack of physical evidence suggests that cryptids are more likely to be legends or misidentified animals. Nevertheless, the allure of discovering an unknown species or creature that defies conventional understanding remains a powerful motivator for cryptozoologists and explorers. UFOs and extraterrestrial life. The search for intelligent beings, perhaps the most captivating aspect of paranormal, is the possibility of life beyond our planet. UFO sightings and alien encounters have been reported for decades, with some individuals claiming to have had direct contact with extraterrestrial beings. Despite the numerous reports of unidentified flying objects, however, the question of whether we are truly alone in the universe remains unanswered. The search for extraterrestrial life has become a scientific endeavor in its own right, with programs like SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, dedicated to scanning the cosmos for signals or evidence of alien civilizations. However, despite decades of searching, no direct evidence of intelligent extraterrestrial life has been found. The vastness of the universe and the potential for habitable planets in distant star systems make the possibility of extraterrestrial life tantalizing, but the evidence remains elusive. One of the most famous UFO incidents is the Phoenix Lights event, which occurred in 1997 in Arizona. Thousands of people reported seeing a series of bright lights in the sky, forming a large V-shaped formation. The event sparked widespread speculation about UFOs, with some witnesses claiming to have seen a massive craft moving silently across the sky. Despite investigations by local authorities and military officials, no explanation for the phenomenon has ever been found. Some skeptics argue that the lights were the result of military flares or other natural phenomena, while others believe that the event was evidence of an extraterrestrial visit. More recently, the U.S. government has released footage of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, captured by military pilots. These videos, which show fast-moving objects performing maneuvers that defy the laws of physics, have reignited interest in the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The government's acknowledgement of UAPs has led some to believe that the truth about UFOs may be closer than ever. However, the question of whether these objects are of extraterrestrial origin remains unanswered. The limitations of evidence, believers versus skeptics, the search for answers in the world of the paranormal is complicated by the nature of the evidence itself. In many cases, the phenomena in question cannot be reproduced or captured under controlled conditions, making it difficult to provide conclusive proof. While believers in the paranormal point to anecdotal evidence, personal experiences, and historical accounts as proof of the unknown, skeptics argue that these experiences are often the result of misperception, psychological factors, or hoaxes. Despite these challenges, the fascination with the paranormal persists. Whether driven by the desire to uncover the truth or simply to explore the mysteries of the unknown, the quest to understand the supernatural continues. As technology advances and our understanding of the universe deepens, perhaps one day we will uncover the answers to these enduring mysteries. Until then, the search will remain an ongoing and tantalizing journey into the realms of the unexplained. The paranormal has had an indelible impact on human culture and society. From literature and cinema to religion and folklore, stories of ghosts, cryptids, and extraterrestrials have shaped the way we view the unknown. These phenomena have given rise to countless myths, legends, and traditions, influencing everything from art and entertainment to social beliefs and scientific inquiry. But why do these mysteries captivate us so deeply? Why do we feel the need to understand the unexplainable, and what does it reveal about us as humans? The influence of paranormal phenomena on popular culture. One of the most significant ways the paranormal has impacted society is through its influence on popular culture. Stories of ghosts, aliens, and cryptids have been woven into the fabric of our entertainment, leading to the creation of films, TV shows, books, and video games that explore the unknown. The fascination with the supernatural has inspired some of the most iconic pieces of modern entertainment. For example, the success of the Ghostbusters franchise has helped shape the public's perception of ghosts and the supernatural. The film, which follows a group of scientists who start a business to capture and eliminate ghosts, brought humor and excitement to the genre. It made ghosts appear less frightening, turning them into something that can be captured and controlled. Similarly, the Paranormal Activity series, based on a found footage format, revived interest in ghostly hauntings, making the experience of the supernatural feel more immediate and terrifying. In the realm of cryptozoology, the mysterious creature known as Bigfoot has become a cultural icon. Bigfoot-themed documentaries, TV shows, and films continue to capture the public's imagination. Shows like Finding Bigfoot have made cryptid hunting into a reality TV spectacle, further cementing the creature's place in modern folklore. Similarly, the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, has been the subject of various documentaries, books, and films, including the famous The Loch Ness Horror. The enduring nature of these cryptid stories speaks to our collective desire to believe that the unknown is more than just myth. The extraterrestrial phenomenon has had a similar impact on cinema and TV. Films like E.T., The Extraterrestrial Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and the X-Files series have not only entertained but also explored the idea of extraterrestrial life in profound and thought-provoking ways. These works have fueled the imaginations of generations, making the search for life beyond Earth not just a scientific endeavor, but a cultural preoccupation. The idea of UFOs and alien encounters has captured our collective curiosity, leaving us wondering about the possibility of other life forms in the universe. The influence of the paranormal is also evident in literature, with authors like H.P. Lovecraft and Stephen King delving into the mysteries of the unknown. Lovecraft's works, which include The Call of Cthulhu and At the Mountains of Madness, have explored themes of cosmic horror, where the paranormal is not just a mystery but an overwhelming force beyond human comprehension. Similarly, King's novels, including The Shining and It, often touch on supernatural elements, such as ghosts and malevolent entities, that play a central role in the human experience. The role of folklore and beliefs in shaping paranormal experiences. Another significant aspect of the paranormal is its role in shaping folklore and religious beliefs. Across cultures and civilizations, people have long used stories of the supernatural to explain the unexplainable. These stories, passed down through generations, often serve as a way to make sense of death, illness, and natural disasters, events that were once beyond human control or understanding. In many cultures, ghosts are believed to be the spirits of ancestors or loved ones who have not moved on to the afterlife. In Eastern traditions, such as in China and Japan, ancestor worship plays a significant role, with rituals performed to honor the dead and ensure their peaceful transition to the afterlife. Ghost stories and spirits are often linked to the idea of unfinished business or the need for justice. These beliefs are not only a reflection of the cultural values of the societies in which they originate, but they also serve as a way for individuals to cope with grief and loss. Similarly, the belief in cryptids like Bigfoot or the chupacabra is often tied to cultural and regional identities. In many Latin American cultures, the chupacabra is viewed as a terrifying creature that preys on livestock, draining them of their blood. The legend is often associated with rural areas, where mysterious animal deaths are attributed to the creature. In the Pacific Northwest, Bigfoot is seen as a symbol of wilderness and untamed nature, often linked to Native American folklore. These creatures become symbolic representations of cultural anxieties or concerns about the natural world, the unknown, and the boundaries between the human and the wild. Religious beliefs also play a significant role in shaping perceptions of the paranormal. Christianity, for instance, has its own set of supernatural entities, such as angels, demons, and the afterlife. These beliefs influence the way people perceive ghosts, spirits, and other supernatural occurrences. In many cases, these entities are believed to be manifestations of divine will or spiritual forces that have a direct influence on the physical world. In contrast, other belief systems, such as in Hinduism or Buddhism, offer different perspectives on life after death and the nature of the soul, often emphasizing reincarnation or spiritual progression rather than the haunting of the living. Paranormal investigations and the modern scientific approach. As the paranormal continues to shape culture, it has also intersected with science in more recent years. The study of paranormal phenomena, such as ghosts, cryptids, and UFOs, has led to the development of a niche field known as parapsychology. Parapsychologists are scientists who attempt to investigate paranormal occurrences using scientific methods such as controlled experiments and observational studies. One of the key challenges of studying the paranormal is the lack of reproducible evidence. Unlike traditional scientific fields, where experiments can be replicated to verify results, paranormal events are often isolated and unique. This makes it difficult to apply the rigorous standards of the scientific method to the study of the supernatural. As a result, paranormal investigations are often viewed with skepticism by the mainstream scientific community, and the field of parapsychology is often considered pseudoscience. Despite this, some researchers continue to explore the possibility of a connection between the paranormal and the unexplained phenomena of the natural world. One example of this is the study of electromagnetic fields, EMF, in relation to hauntings. Some paranormal investigators believe that fluctuations in electromagnetic fields could be linked to ghostly activity, as they have been known to cause feelings of unease and hallucinations in certain individuals. Similarly, researchers have explored the connection between brain activity, electromagnetic radiation, and paranormal experiences, though no definitive conclusions have been reached. The advent of new technologies, such as virtual reality, VR, and artificial intelligence, AI, has also opened up new possibilities for investigating the paranormal. VR technology, for example, can be used to recreate haunted locations, allowing researchers to simulate paranormal events and study their effects on the human psyche. AI, on the other hand, can be used to analyze large amounts of data from ghost hunts, UFO sightings, and cryptid investigations, potentially uncovering patterns or correlations that were previously overlooked. As technology continues to advance, it's possible that we may eventually uncover new insights into the nature of the paranormal. But for now, the mystery remains as captivating as ever, with many believing that the truth is still out there, waiting to be discovered. The enduring allure of the unknown. Ultimately, the paranormal continues to captivate us because it speaks to something deeper within the human experience. Our fear, our curiosity, and our desire for meaning. Whether it's the haunting of a restless spirit, the discovery of a hidden creature, or the possibility of life beyond our planet, the unknown represents a realm that is both thrilling and terrifying. It challenges the boundaries of our knowledge and reminds us that despite all of our scientific advancements, there are still mysteries that elude us. Perhaps in the end, the greatest mystery of the paranormal is not just what exists beyond our understanding, but why we are so driven to explore it. The quest for answers, whether it's in the ghostly realms, the unexplored wilderness, or the vast expanse of space, is a reflection of our deepest questions about life and the universe itself. And as long as these mysteries continue to intrigue and inspire, the allure of the paranormal will endure. The unsolved mysteries of the paranormal have always been with us, and likely always will be. As technology advances, new discoveries may eventually shed light on some of the most perplexing phenomena Yet there's something uniquely compelling about the unknown that keeps us searching. Whether we're hunting for ghosts, cryptids, or extraterrestrial life, the pursuit of these mysteries speaks to our innate curiosity and desire for answers beyond the ordinary. Though science may one day offer explanations, perhaps the most enduring aspect of paranormal is its ability to remind us that there's still much we don't know. It keeps us asking questions, searching for truths, and venturing into the realms of possibility. The paranormal reminds us that sometimes the greatest mysteries are not just about finding answers, but about continuing to wonder. In the end, perhaps the mystery itself is what makes it all so captivating. And as long as the unexplained persists, we will continue to search for the answers that lie just beyond our reach. The world of the paranormal is vast and filled with endless possibilities. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the mysteries we've explored today only scratch the surface of the unknown. If you're intrigued by these unsolved phenomena, don't stop here. Continue to ask questions, seek out new information, and join the conversation. Subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the supernatural and unexplained. Share your thoughts, experiences, and theories with us. Have you ever encountered something you couldn't explain? Let us know in the comments below, and together we can keep unraveling the mysteries that keep us all wondering. The paranormal world is out there. Are you ready to keep exploring?